Emily has been on the phone most of the time, making very loud, boisterous arrangements for our dinner with someone she apparently knows. I didn't realize she was going to make such a big deal out of it, that people needed to be called and favors cashed in. The restaurant looks relatively normal, though, so I'm not sure why she thought she needed to call ahead. Maybe she likes to flaunt her connections. Before I can step forward toward our reserved table, Emily holds out her hand. One moment. I think we need to clarify a little something first. Okay. She pulls out a piece of paper from her back pocket and hands it to me. If you wouldn't mind just signing that you consent to the arrangement herein. Huh? Terms and conditions? I stare blankly at the paper. Is that how people date now? Have I been out of the game so long that they've started issuing paperwork? I considered a little quirk of mine. Nervous about what might be entailed, I unfold the paper and begin to skim through it. It's hard to read, being printed in a very cursive and flowy font, but the message is clear, and surprisingly, I don't balk at it anymore. You want me to sign that I understand I don't have to do anything with you? Emily nods. Aw, that's actually sweet. That's actually very wise of her, actually. And it actually is, and to be fair, like in the BDSM community, like having paperwork is actually incredibly wise and smart because you can't later come at them saying they did something I didn't agree to when you agreed to all terms and conditions. And so in this case, what she's saying is that if you slept with her and later tried to say she coerced you or you felt pressured, she would have the paperwork saying you had a choice. And I made that clear from the start that you did not owe me anything. So, good on you, Emily. One of the problems I've found with having money and willingness to shower it on people, they expect that they have to do something back. Just because I'm buying you dinner, that doesn't mean I'm entitled to getting anything back except your company. Why don't we just each pay for ourselves? It doesn't have to be anyone's treat. Aw. I guess that's true, but then we don't get the awkward pause when the waiter has to give us a check and decide which one of us wears the strap-on. I hadn't thought about one of us topping either, bringing a whole host of images to the front of my mind. But they all have a very obvious theme. There wouldn't be any pause. He would pick you immediately. Okay, this game is stupid, but God, I'm loving it at the same time. They mix it well with like being very adult, but very funny. I'm trying to think they did it on purpose. Emily laughs. Maybe you're right. I do have that alpha wolf energy, don't I? She beckons me with a long finger and I follow her toward our suddenly reserved table, still clutching the document in my hands. Glancing out the paper again, a warm fondness grows in my chest. She really is trying to cover all her bases to make people comfortable, even if it's very odd and Emily way. I smile to myself. How interesting. We follow the host who leads us towards our seat. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing a lot of silly games with strangers, but I don't like making people feel indebted. Consent is sexy. Bingo. I have a feeling those guys who were catcalling me at the store today did not know that. Do I actually have to sign this paper? I don't have a pen. She giggles. It's okay, I printed it in the cursive font at an office supply store, so I highly doubt it's legally binding document. And I only printed one, so if you actually sign it, I'll have to make another one. She takes it back before we sit down. But some people won't take anything seriously unless they see it in writing. I may seem a bit intense to you. I don't intimidate you, do I? A little, but I think I'm getting over it. Good. I want everyone to feel at ease. Do I have the resources to disappear someone into the nether and make sure that they're never seen or heard from again? Absolutely. That was a weird way to phrase that. But would I be the sort of woman to do that? Not to someone as sweet and cute as you. Wait, what? Emily presses on as though she didn't hear my question. But then I operate on a different wavelength than most people. Something about the star sign I was born under, I think. I'm a Gemini, but don't tell anyone. My moon sign is Aquarius, and that's how I prefer to be known. Of course, that's exactly why a wild Gemini would say, isn't it? She laughs at her own joke, which flies totally over my head. She waits for some kind of answer, but I have no idea how to reply. I'm not actually sure what my star sign is. Oh, then you must be a Taurus. What's your birthday, doll? May 3rd. Yep, Taurus. What? Why are you looking at me like that? It's just, how did you manage to guess that? I studied psychology. Those horoscopes and zodiac signs don't really mean anything. Nope, wait, wrong voice. Those horoscopes and zodiac signs don't really mean... Not really voice, more like fluctuation. Those horoscopes and zodiac signs don't really mean anything. I know what forms a person's personality, and it isn't the stars. Emily gasps. A dissenter! You're telling me you don't believe in superstitions and cosmic forces? Maybe scientific cosmic forces like black holes and gravitational orbits. Aw, there's no magic in the world for you. We have to change that. I smiled to myself, amused by her determination. You really care about this, don't you? I care about anyone who needs an introduction to the mysteries of the universe. It is an area I've never really explored. Even if it don't believe in astrology, it might be interesting to learn about it. She almost laughs again. Taurus are always so curious. Oh goodness, you don't even know the stereotype you're painting. I'm not. She laughs at my indignation, and I find myself giggling along too. How about we play a little game? She reaches out and displays her hand across my menu. I ordered food, and you order the drinks. That way we both get a little surprise. I think I can get used to this living dangerously thing. Alright, let's take the gamble. Aha! Perfect! Just wait till we get into the casino later. We'll make another worst or best decision of our lives. I skimmed their drink selection, quietly trying to read Emily and decide what she would like to. I got a feeling she's a bourbon girl. I know she did fruity drinks, but I got a feeling with dinner she'd be a bourbon girl. But I could be wrong, because bourbon is disgusting. We're gonna get drunk! Ready? I nod. Emily gestures the waiter over. I'm surprised she treats him so professionally, not flirting with him as she suggested she might. Maybe it's because I'm here. I feel a little special at that, and then realize I have no idea what Emily just ordered for us to eat. I was too busy daydreaming. I glance up to the waiter who's looking at me and clearly waiting for me to finish the order. Alright, we'll also take, I glance at the menu and their selection of high-dollar drinks, more than just the usual fare of red and white wines. Bourbon to drink. Do you want water with that? I glance at Emily, whose expression doesn't give me any clues. No, we should be fine with just this. You always get water. The waiter leaves, so I get a feeling I've done something a bit unusual. What? There's nothing wrong with having a strong drink with dinner. I agree completely. Stand by your spirits. That's what I always say. I'm sure he expects us to be lightweights because we're women, low body fat percentage and all that. But like, honey, have you seen these hips? I want to have fun editing this, I got a feeling. I giggle as Emily flaunts her body, drawing my eyes to it again. It's not polite to stare, but I hope Emily doesn't mind. My eyes keep forgetting their manners. I have tolerance for days. I don't. Oh, good for you. That just means you get the full experience for half the price. If our waiter had been a bit faster about bringing our drinks, I would have toasted to that. To drunkenness? I have to have an imaginary glass and Emily joins me in good sport. To drunkenness. Before we can finish our toast, the waiter comes back with our glasses and a bottle. We have a proper toast instead, and I sip lightly at my drink. So you know the owner here. I make it a habit to know everyone, especially other business owners in the area. You own a business in Paradise Cove? She nods. A few, actually. Though swimming with sharks hasn't exactly taken off yet. Probably something to do with the branding. My pride and joy is negligee. Negligee? Negligee? No, it's not. Is that negligee? Negligee? Yep, it's negligee. That's the strip club, isn't it? Strip club? Oh. I'd heard logos talk about negligee before, but I've never seen it for myself. Goodness, no! There might be girls roaming around in their underwear, but it's not a strip club. Strip clubs send their customers home with hard-ons. I send my customers home with a strip-on. It's a sex shop. Or I assume we sell those, probably. So it's a club? Emily laughs again, bringing a flushed warmth to my cheeks. I don't know, I've never heard of a place where girls wear their underwear and you can buy strap-ons. It sounds like something out of a naughty BDSM fictional novel. Or fiction novel, not that I know anything about those. It's a lingerie store! We just take an unconventional approach to displaying our merchandise. Oh. I am suddenly reminded of the thin, pink baby doll currently sitting uncomfortably beneath my underwear. Wait. You're... Okay, as someone who does boudoir modeling where I has a lot of lingerie, you're wearing your baby doll under your underwear? Shouldn't it be your underwear? And if you did wear underwear with it, usually that would go under the baby doll. Okay. Heat fills my cheeks. Maybe I shouldn't be so keen for this fun time to go well. I don't want Emily to see what a silly thing I've done with my underwear. Not if she's some sort of expert. I'd look like an idiot. I barely escaped that territory when we first met. You're turning so pink. I think you need a little extra heat in your life. Hopefully I can provide that for you. How do you feel about spice? I'm open to things getting spicy. Definitely. I don't want her to think I'm some sort of prude. I'm just not used to first meetings being the time and place to talk about lingerie preferences in sex stores. Really, that's a normal date for me. Not really. Soon the waiter comes back with our food and places it in front of us. A bowl of meat swimming in a seasoned red sauce is placed in front of us both, along with some side of some sort of breaded vegetable. Interesting. I poke curiously at the food, which looks delicious and beautifully prepared. A few carefully diced greens have been sprinkled in a circle in the sauce and dropped artfully around the plate underneath. Is this chicken? Through the thick sauce, it's hard to tell as I poke the meat. I should have probably asked if you were a vegetarian, shouldn't I? I just assume everyone is a natural apex predator carnivore like myself. Oh, don't worry, I eat meat, even in the bedroom sometimes. I just have to be in the mood for that. Emily laughs as she takes her first bite, and I lift my fork, eat her to try whatever she has picked out for us. I'm not sure if she was making an innuendo or she actually meant like she eats in the bedroom. Warm aroma teases as my senses. I plunge my fork in and take a bite, finding rice at the bottom of the bowl in addition to the sauce and strips of meat. Wait a minute. Something's happening in my mouth. My taste buds have been caught off guard and they suddenly scramble to figure out what sort of sabotage just has taken place on my tongue. Fire! Fire! It's really spicy! I thought Emily was just asking that to be cute! I reach for my glass and drink desperately, though I'm afraid adding alcohol to the mix might actually make me spontaneously combust. Are you okay, Miley? Emily stares at me while she calmly chews over a piece of meat. My eyes are burning, my throat is closing. Death approaches with fiery hands. I nod and tell her I'm okay because I'm going to die on this date. I'm going to die politely and with dignity. If I'm gonna die on this date, it's gonna be politely and with dignity, goddammit. I hold onto the table, clutching the white tablecloth in my merciless grip. You're looking a little flustered. More flustered than usual, I mean. I'm okay. My voice is squeaky rasp. Emily balks at the sound. Oh no, I thought you said you weren't sensitive to spices. I wave my hand dismissively at as my voice cracks and my face turns from rose red to scarlet. No, I'm not. I'm totally fine. I grab for the side dish. The breading can absorb some of the heat. I sink my teeth right into the breaded hot pepper. My mouth explodes. I'm transforming into a dragon. My skin is made of fire and my saliva is molten lava. If God and Satan and Hitler all gathered around and had a conference meeting about designing hell, this is what they would have decided on. Through my watering eyes and running nose, I stare across at Emily, who happily munches on her plate as if there's nothing wrong at all. I drink more, completely indifferent to how much alcohol is sliding down my throat at this point. Did we get the same thing? Mm-hmm. I don't believe her. She did this intentionally. She set me up with impossibly hot plate of food so she can sit there and watch me silently suffer. I'm on to her. Can I try some of yours? Is something wrong? Despite the question, Emily cuts off a small piece of chicken and leans over to feed it to me on the end of her fork. The intimate gesture really distracts me from the emergency room level of pain currently besieging my mouth. I take a taste of her meal, another rush of hot, unstoppable spices erupts against my lips. My confidence shatters. I'm just a weakling. You're looking a little red around the ears, and nose, and lips, especially your lips. It's a bit warm. If this is warm, then Antarctica is chilly. I fan my tongue desperately, making Emily laugh. You poor thing. You know they call this place the Gauntlet for a reason. You didn't mention that. I didn't think it would be an issue if you'd like spicy things, which you said you did. Drink more, drink more. She pours some of her glass into mine, and I chug it desperately, though it's just a different kind of terrible burning. My head is spinning. I don't know what I'm going to be sick from first, the alcohol or the spices. Oh dear. Look how much you're sweating. I can actually count the beads on your forehead. I like to make my dates all hot and flustered, but this is a bit much even for me. Maybe we should go into the ladies' room and take your clothes off? That'll just make things hotter. But you must admit, it's a hell of an idea. Slowly the pain in my mouth becomes a tolerable burn and I sigh heavily. I think the worst is over. I glance down into my plate. Yeah. Milk. Except I can't eat any of this now. I hate to waste good food. Hold on a moment. They have options for people who don't like spicy food. Let me get you something else. No, you don't have to pay for 2 meals. I hate wasting food. It won't go to waste. I can eat it myself. How? Your mouth must be made of steel. That depends. Do you like the taste of steel? I'm briefly distracted from the pain by the thought of Emily's lips soothing my own with a long, drawn-out kiss. Her hands slide off my clothes to let my warm skin breathe in the cool, open air. Fantasies turn behind my eyes. Then they're interrupted by someone placing a bib around my neck. Huh? I glance up to the waiter, who has placed a small plate of what looks like chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, and a juice box on the white dinner cloth. On the bib, I try to make out what the upside-down letters spell. Get burned. I'm like a dog in the cone of shame, aren't I? What can I say? They have a theme here. But at least you look good even in a bib. I want to take you home and baby you. Don't start that kink fetish either. At this rate, the night is going. I'm gonna need it. Well, I enjoy adding interesting stories to my list of worst dates. I know most people don't. I hope you're not having too terrible of a time. I'll make it up to you. Emily speaks while I destroy the juice box, nestily slurping down the chilled drink until the box crumples in on itself. I toss it aside and switch back to the alcohol. My body doesn't care what kind of liquid it is as long as it takes away some of the burning pain coating my mouth, even if it closes my throat to swallow it. Anything will do. Eat the chicken nuggets and the mac and cheese. The cheese, especially. Emily has almost completely finished with her dinner, no more red in the face than the pink tint of her blush. She must not be human. It's the only explanation. She's some kind of mythological succubus, beautiful and dangerous and impervious to mortal harm. My head feels light and fuzzy, the pain slowly starting to take a backseat to the giddiness bubbling up inside me. I chew with relish on my tiny children's plate of food, enjoying any sensation that distracts from the lingering burn. Or maybe copious amounts of alcohol just make chicken nuggets taste amazing. Well, it depends on how they're made. Chicken nuggets are... People like chicken nuggets. I don't know why we like diss them all the time. Yeah, there's some shit ones if you're like going to McDonald's, but even people like those. Chicken nuggets are like just amazing. Because it's fucking fried chicken. What the hell would you not like it for unless you hate chicken or you hate meat or you hate fried food? Like, seriously. And I think, honestly, if you hate fried food, you'd still like it. You just would be, like, disgusted with yourself. Like I am after eating McDonald's those rare few times a year I do, where it's like, this is delicious, but God, I hate myself now. We finished our dinner about the same time. Emily takes some of mine with her to eat at home. I consider that a household fire hazard, but she's a grown woman and can do what she likes.